here with Matt Ryder, Frameshift Partners, managing partner. Matt and I have known each other for 20 years so far. And what Matt has done for me is whenever I have a client who wants to relocate to another part of the country, I bring Matt in. He tells the client where's the best place to go. Also, warehouse distribution, where we need to optimize the warehouses across the country, logistics. So Matt, why don't you give a little feel of who you are? How did you get in this business, and take it from there?
We'll do it. Thanks, Richard. So yeah, Frameshift is a boutique consulting firm. We're based out of Atlanta, Georgia. And to your point, Richard, we answer essentially one question for businesses, and that is where they should have their operations and their facilities. But there's many components to answering that question, and we have developed expertise in all of those areas. So when we're talking about an operation that's a supply chain related operation, like a manufacturing facility or distribution center, there are supply chain and logistics implications. And so we do transportation network modeling and other supply chain related consulting services. Always a people aspect to where companies put their operations. So we have deep expertise in labor market analysis. There are tax implications. There are credits and incentives implications, economic development incentives. And so we have a deep expertise in that. So we've tried to cobble together all of the things that you need to be able to answer for questions for companies to make informed decisions about where they have their operations. I've been doing this work for 25 or 26 years, pretty much my whole career, and have always worked alongside people like Richard, commercial real estate brokers, to help augment the services that they're providing their clients. And when we have wonderful partnerships with brokers across the country and essentially service their clients.
So how did you get into incentives? I know you were a real estate broker.
Well, I worked for a real estate brokerage firm, but I always sort of worked tangential to real estate brokerage. So I started my career with Newmark in New York City in 2002 on their corporate advisory services team, but came from the management consulting industry. So the idea that Newmark had at the time, and it still does, and we still work with Newmark brokers a lot, was to offer more than tenant rep brokerage services to their tenant rep clients. And so my job at Newmark was to help build out those services. That was just it. When I got hired at Newmark, there was some basic idea that they would do more than brokerage, but no real game plan for what that looked like. I was there about a decade and participated in the growth of those service lines, to the point where now, I would argue that Newmark is one of the market leaders in the real estate brokerage firm in terms of offering those services to their clients.
Newmark is definitely one of the market leaders today.
Yep. So I still have a lot of great relationships there, and my time there was immensely valuable to my career. And what the service line that we developed that I just felt most at home within was location strategy and incentives. So I did other stuff as a kind of a generalist consultant, but I really liked location strategy incentives the most. And I think a big part of that was about halfway into my tenure at Newmark, we hired Bob Hess from Cushman, and he became a mentor for me. And so a lot of the excitement that I had about location strategy incentive was really just excitement to work with Bob. Yeah, I left Newmark in 2010, I think, or 11. Pretty quickly started my own firm, and then joined a startup with two partners. A year or two later, grew that, and then sold it to another brokerage firm in 2020, and then stayed there about 4 years, and then started Frameshift with two partners, Todd and Nat Estes, who I have been partners with for many, many years. This is the time to do it. I mean, the location strategy incentives world is very busy right now. You open any newspaper, read the business section of any newspaper. I mean, companies are making big capital decisions about standing up operations all over the world, but a lot of them are in North America. We just timed the market really well to be the beneficiaries of companies asking that question that we have gotten pretty good at answering.